Last night we had all night chanting and public talk also in Penang. So this evening I arrived here, still feel very drowsy and very tired, and I do not know what to talk. Can you please tell me what to talk? Must give an idea. No more fresh ideas in my mind. So what do you want to know? Downfall of the world. Pardon? Downfall of a person. Oh, it's very simple. This you can see very clearly in my latest publication, Wither Mankind. In simple language, I have explained by referring to the Buddha's teaching, Parabhava Sutra, the discourse of the Buddha that he pointed out, and the various causes for the downfall of the mankind. Again, in Manual of Buddhism by Venerable Narada, also you can see this. In the Paritta Chanting book and Book of Protection, English translation, also available. Did you read those publications? Yes. Then why do you want to ask this question? Do you think there are some other causes? Well, in simple language, I can tell you, the main cause of our downfall is our ignorance. We commit evils because of our ignorance. We are selfish because of our ignorance. We disturb others because of our ignorance. And the main theme of the Buddha's teaching is to point out human problems. That is why always we say that he did not give us any divine message. Through his enlightenment, supreme enlightenment or supreme wisdom, not ordinary wisdom that many people develop. The wisdom of the Buddha is not like others' wisdom. He realized many things which others could not realize. Other religionists also at that time could not understand what are the main causes of our human problems. That is why they always refer either to God or devil for everything. It is a curse from God. It is not, or these evil forces, influences come from devil. This is a very poor mentality that we develop due to our ignorance. That is why at the beginning I told you ignorance is the main cause. And if we suffer in this world today, physically and mentally, the Buddha has pointed out the main cause is nothing but our own ignorance. But we always accuse others, blame the world. But we are not ready to admit, to accept that we are also contributing so many things to disturb others, create problems, and cause a lot of sufferings. In the end, this attitude becomes the cause of our own downfall. Again, when you define the word Dhamma, taught by the Buddha, Dhamma was not created by the Buddha, and no one can create the Dhamma. Dhamma exists. But we cannot understand the real Dhamma because of our ignorance. We create a lot of imagination, maintain so many superstitious beliefs because of our ignorance. Then, what is the meaning of Dhamma? I think I have explained more than 100 times, but I doubt whether you can remember. Is there anyone who can tell me how I explained the meaning of the word Dhamma or Dharma? Now what is the meaning? I give you 10 seconds. Everybody says Dhamma means teachings of the Buddha, that's all. Since the Buddha has discovered and revealed and explained the nature of Dharma, for his teaching, we say this is Dharma. Not because the Buddha has preached. He said, whether the Buddhas appeared or not, Dharma exists. This is the Buddha's teaching. So, 10 seconds, go on. Another 5 seconds. Nature. What is nature? Can you define the word nature? Now this is another word that we have misunderstood. There is nothing in this world which exists as nature. Please remember this. Always we say, the nature creates this. Nature exists. What is nature? Can you define? When certain phenomena, existence, appearance, incident take place, we say it is nature. Nature created this. Nature is conditioned by so many other factors, other forces, other energies. Otherwise, there is nothing in this world that which exists as nature, as a separate unit. So nature means when so many other energies and factors, known and unknown things contribute something, phenomena, existence take place. That is called nature. So what is the meaning of Dhamma? Universal truth. Truth is truth. Pardon? Truth of life. What about the other thing? There are so many other things where you cannot find life. There also we can see truth. Not only in life. Try whether you can dig out. Because I want to test your knowledge. Alright, I am going to repeat today. Next time when I ask, you have no excuse. Remember, explain in the Buddha's teaching the definition of these words. Very, very meaningful. Chatusu apayesu cha vatta dukkhesu cha apatamane kattva dhareti ti dhammo. This is the definition in the dictionary. You know, when you study, we had to memorize the dictionary also. This is the system of our education. Every word we had to memorize the meaning or the definition given in the Buddhist dictionary. That's why people cannot bluff us when they come to talk about Buddha Dhamma. They cannot bluff us. So, meaning, Chatusu Apaya, 4 kinds of states of suffering. What are those 4? Now another question. There are 4 kinds of hells, states of suffering. What are those 4? Try. Where are they? What is that? Peta, 1. What is Peta? Hungry, only hungry ghosts. What about those who are not hungry? There are many ghosts who are not hungry. Why only hungry ghosts? Hungry ghosts is one group called Kuppipasika. The Buddha has explained that also. There are 4 kinds of ghosts. Again, one group belongs to this hungry ghost, Kuppipasika, Parabattupajivi, Nijjama Tannika. 4 kinds of... Then, what are the 4 states? 4 kinds of hell. Asura goes in the same group. Animal, that's right, second one. Why do you introduce animals as unfortunate living beings who suffer? We can see they enjoy their life better than human beings. Why? What is the reason? Merits. That means they don't want to exist again. They are very wise. We are crazy for existence again to enjoy this life, so animals are better than us. We need merits to enjoy our life. They want to end their existence. They are wiser than us. What do you think? Again, we regard them as animals due to various reasons, not only one. We don't consider about their food and little bit of comfort. Even those chickens and pigs and cows and goats in the, what you call, the slaughterhouse, they also get very good food for a few days. You can say they are enjoying their life. And those people who breed those animals for slaughtering, they provide very good food. Every day they are very kind, Feed, very rich food. See how lucky those animals. Then again when they want to slaughter them, they pray. Now you know how they pray, isn't it? So I don't like to see that you are suffering here. Especially Buddhist, Buddhist housewives, This is their prayer. I don't like to see because you are suffering here. So I want to release you. So I cut you. After that you must go to heaven. I warp you. See how kind they are? This is their prayer. Because many people pray, before they cut the throats. So our convenience, we act as self-hypocrites. This is called self-hypocrisy, actually speaking. Just to justify. But there is no justice at all. Where is justice? We rob the life by force, after that we justify. So, animal, second state. Still I didn't tell you why they are unfortunate. First thing, they do not know anything about their life. Completely in the dark. But we have that knowledge to understand, to value this life, to make use of this life. And as mentioned by our lady devotees. We can do a lot of meritorious deeds by serving others, helping others. Then we also experience good result as long as we exist. But that is not the main purpose of our life. Again, those animals have no idea about the next existence, whether there will be another existence or not. Definitely, according to the karmic theory and the cause and effect, and their minds are not free from craving, from anger and ignorance. So these three are the main roots of all the evil or bad karma. So animals also create, because they have craving, they have hatred, anger, they have ignorance. Whether we are humans or animals or any kind of living being, if they maintain any of these evil forces in the mind, they create karma. So they are unfortunate. Again, when we consider how they become victim to others. So man is the most cruel living beings in this world. You cannot find any other living beings in this world who are very cruel or higher in cruelty. Why? Other animals kills and destroy only very limited number of living beings, mostly for their food, not for any other purpose. Now we can see the whole universe, one living being depends on another one for their survival. Otherwise, no existence. That is why the Buddha says, existence creates suffering. Now we can understand. One tries to escape from the other. By force they catch. See the fishes in the sea, how they survive? By eating each other. And the animals, birds, and all those animals in the jungle, they catch the others for their survival. Do you think there will be an animal in this world who voluntarily come and surrender to work? Everybody try to run away because of craving for existence, struggling for craving for existence. Again you can see when we cut any living being, even a worm, how that creature struggles for survival. Doesn't like to die. This is called suffering. Everybody is suffering. But they destroy or they kill only very limited number of living beings. But human beings kill each and every living beings in this world without any mercy. No one can escape from human beings. This is the danger of human beings. So, we cannot justify that we are higher than others when you consider about this particular cruelty. Only two. What is the next one? What is that? I cannot hear. Tirachina means animal. Do you know the meaning of Tirachina? You don't know. Tirachina means all those living beings who walk like this. Tirachina. And we walk like this, isn't it? This is the difference between animals or Tirachina and others. You learned this word today. Tirachina means animal. Yes, two more. Hurry up. I am not going to tell you. You must dig out today. Brahma, you regard as hell. My God. What is that? A spirit. Yes, one group. Ghost and spirit, two groups. Right, third one. Last one. Naraka, Niraya. Naraka and Niraya. And the suffering from the very beginning up to the end. Nothing but suffering. In any forms. Whether in human forms or animal forms or ghosts or spirits, you can regard this as hell. Because the Buddha said very clearly, hell is not located anywhere under this earth or under the great ocean or under the Mahameru. This is the Buddha saying. When we talk about hell, we say here below. You try whether you can find out any hell, go on digging. Hells exist everywhere where there are more sufferings. Hell is not a ready-made place created by anybody in this world. Suffering from the very beginning up to the end, that is hell. Don't say there is no hell. Don't say hell is only here on this earth. No, everywhere you can see. Worse than this which exists on this earth, you can see hell. Now, let us come back. You discover, it has taken nearly 15 minutes to dig out these four from you. Side. Miserable spirit form, invisible living being. Miserable ghost, like hungry ghost. Animals. And all the other living beings in different forms who suffer throughout their life. These are the four kinds of hell. Then the meaning. Apatamane kattva dhareti. The Dhamma support you, help you, not to get into one of these suffering states. Can you understand the meaning of Dhamma? That means when you live in accordance or when you follow or when you harmonize with so many other factors which contribute for us to live peacefully, then harmonious life. That is Dharma. So when you follow this Dhamma, when we practice this Dhamma, the power, the virtues, the qualities of this Dhamma protect us without allowing us to fall into those four suffering states, not to become animals, not to become spirit, not to become ghost, and not to be born in any of those suffering states. See the meaning of Dhamma. Furthermore, Vatta dukkhesucha, sansara vatta. Sansara vatta exists on three bases. Kamma vatta, kilesa vatta, vipaka vatta. There are three. Kamma, kilesa, vipaka. Kamma, good and bad karmas, both, support us to exist within this cycle of birth and death again and again and again and again. That means forever we exist within this cycle of birth. Then you can understand within one life from our birth up to the death, graveyard. How many kinds of sufferings, physically and mentally, we have to experience. Throughout our life, we struggle for our survival, not to die. Eating, sleeping, taking medicine, taking precaution, all these things we do for our survival. If we neglect for 1 second, we can die very easily. See how delicate, how uncertain this life is. So existence creates so many problems. Because of our survival, we create lot of bad, wicked, cruel, immoral, dangerous things. And we justify, for our living. What to do? We have to do this for our living. We kill, we rob, we bluff, we swindle, we disturb. For what? For our living. In the end, what do we gain? Suffering, grumbling, frustration, disappointment. By realizing the nature of dharma, then we consider, why should we disturb others for our survival? Why should we destroy or kill others for our survival? What do we gain? We extend the period of our existence within this cycle of birth and death by doing that, by committing such evil deeds for our survival, for our living, for our pleasure. That is what karma is doing. Prolong the period of our existence within this cycle of birth and death. No end. Then the kilesa. Kilesa means mental impurities, mental defilement or evil forces in the mind. And how do we create all these things? Ignorance prevails in the mind from the very beginning. Because of this ignorance, when the temptation arises, we develop this temptation, attachment and craving. Disappear later, not at the beginning. When craving is developed, then followed by jealousy, anger, hatred, enmity, so many other evil forces followed, connected to our craving, our selfish desire. If there is no selfish desire in our mind, we never create jealousy, anger, hatred, enmity in our mind. See, all are interrelated. Then, because of these evil forces in our mind, we create some ideas to disturb others, to kill others, to destroy others. Then again create a lot of bad karmas. This is the duty of kilesa. Mental impurities create so many other evil forces in the mind. So we get into trouble because of this. So after committing all sort of things, you have discovered a very practical and simple method, shortcut. What is that? After committing all sort of bad things, you go and ask the God to take away all your sins and you want to go and enjoy in heaven. Very easy. This is called confession. Go and confess. I committed, I have done this, please take away all my sins so that tomorrow also I can do the same thing. This is called confession. Very easy. No need to practice any precept or morals or this or that. Then vipaka. Vipaka means result. All our pleasant and unpleasant feeling we experience physically or mentally due to certain action, not only during our previous birth, within this lifetime, you might have committed enormous bad thing, mistake, a stupid thing, and we had to experience the bad effect. These bad effects were not created by a God or anybody as punishment. This is the nature of your own evil force, because so many things contributed for you to experience this bad effect, if the action is bad. On the other hand, if the action is good, then you experience very good results. For that we say we enjoy our life. We got everything. We got everything. We enjoy our life. That is the result of certain action, either within this lifetime or during the previous birth. But this one also uncertain, changeable. You cannot continue forever. Again you get into trouble. Again you grumble. So uncertainty you can find in everything. So the Dharma support us, help us to get rid of this uncertain worldly condition or existence. Whatever we gain, we never satisfy. Whatever pleasure we experience, in the end we create frustration, disappointment. If not earlier, at least before our death, a lot of frustrations and disappointment and worries and tension, confusion we create in our mind before our death. That is the most miserable stage in our life. Then we will be free from all these problems. If you follow this Dharma, Dharma means truthfulness, justice, respectable life, noble life, harmless life. This is called Dharma. For that you can say religion. This is another word for this Dharma. But the word Dharma existed earlier. The word religion only few hundred years ago, or if not few thousand years ago. The names of religion appear and disappear from time to time. Certain religion develop and prosper, convert all the others. You can see after few hundred or few thousand years, we can see all disappear again. This is the natural existence of religious names and labels, and the names of God appear and disappear. $33 million. I do not know, Mr. Jayawardhan, whether I am right. In India, how many gods were there at that time? 33 million? Tistung Kotia. I think 33 million, isn't it? In India. That's right. 33 million gods existed in India. People started to pray, so each and every god. This God is for this, that God is for this God is for this God is going on praying, worshipping. When you study the religious history in India about 2 to 3,000 years ago, more than 33 million gods existed. Again, when you study the history of Greece, how many thousands or millions of gods existed in Greece. And today, but not today. Today only one God in China, communist God. But before that, they also had thousands of gods in China. And those who brought this God to Malaysia and Singapore, now they keep here. And they don't want to go back to China because no place for them in China. And this is the way how we create the concept of God from time to time. Then some other religion completely wipe out, bulldoze all the 33 million gods and introduce only one God. They say only one God, no more God, no any other God. That is their religion. Buddhism is free from all these problems. We do not worry about that. If God exists, let him exist. We don't want to fight with God. If people want to believe in God, let them believe, no harm at all. We don't want to disturb them. If they want to believe only one God, let them believe. What harm is there? On the other hand, if they want to believe thousands of God, let them believe. Until realization appears in their mind. But our duty is to reveal the truth without fighting, without disturbing them. So, religious names, labels, the name of gods appear and disappear from time to time. But the dharma, remember, the dharma never disappears because no one can create the dharma, no one can destroy the dharma. We can ignore or we may forget or difficulty to understand. But dharma exists. That is what the Buddha says in Anguttara Nikaya, Sutra Pitaka, he says, whether the Buddhas appear or not, dharma exists. So people cannot understand the nature of dharma because they are ignorant, misled, illusions they maintain in their mind. When the Buddhas appear from time to time, then reveal, this is dharma, this is adharma, this is dharma. This is the duty of the Buddha. Otherwise, the Buddha cannot create anything in this world. Dharma or nirvana or karma, not created by the Buddha, not created by God. This is the nature of Buddhism. So, answer to your question. Look here, my dear friend, you asked this question. The cause of the downfall. The cause of the downfall is lack of understanding of this dharma. That means ignorance. Because of this ignorance, we create thousands and thousands of mistakes, troubles, problems, calamities, and we point out only those things as the causes of our downfall. When the ignorance is removed, when a reality or understanding appear in our mind, no more causes of downfall. But not so easy. But at least we can understand certain things. We can adjust our way of life by knowing these are the causes of downfall. Now according to this Parabhava Sutta, now let us point out few things. But all these things appear in the man's mind because of craving and ignorance. Now he says, gambling. The Buddha did not introduce gambling as a precept because he knew. But he pointed out those who are addicted to gambling. Definitely this gambling becomes the cause of downfall. But what is the cause of gambling? Craving. And Those who are addicted to drinks and drugs, again the Buddha says in the same sutra, become the cause of his downfall. And you know what is the next one? Wine and, you know the other one, is it? Very common now, wine and the other one. Those who are addicted to that one also, definitely that become the cause of the downfall. Again, those who hate others, that hatred become the cause of downfall, naturally. Quite reasonable, because when you hate, others also hate you. You cannot escape. So we can point out thousands of causes for our downfall, but the main cause is our ignorance. I think enough. This answer. Because of your question, I had to dig out so many things.
धर्म श्रवणे किरीमें आधाम पनुर पूजा किरीमें लबन लद कुशलानि संस धर्म्यान प्रथम कर लोक शासने आरक्षा करना उदयं निसिंह अनुमोदं लवत्वा प्रथम पुण्यानुमोदनावें अधिकतर चित्त प्रीति तपम्नियाओ इमदिव्यांगे दिव्य तेजानुभव बलें हा बुद्धादि रत्नत्रयानुभव बलेद कर्ण कोटगिन मेतन पटन निवंतक न जाय दक्वा नरकादि सतरापायोत्पत्ति दुख घटन पमिन चातुर्महाराज का दीस दिव्य लोक्यान्यपमनो सदिव्य श्री संपत्तरंदा नेवत में मिनिस्लोपन कल्ली मत मनावन अनागत काले लोपाल विवदान्नाओ मैत्रेयनं भाग्यवत् बुद्रजानन् वांसे दकी मिन्नान् वांसे विसिंग देशना करवदारुण लबन्ना तुमो श्री सद्धर्मे शिवने गिरीमेन किलवरा महामानि वां संबल लबन्नट में बिन्न दुंडत में बिन्न दुन्न मिन्न सीमिय परोगिय सिल्मन्यातीन तत् एकम सद्धर्म मंडले गदीम लबन्नट हेत्वे वासनावे वासिता सादर सितिं युक्तो पिंग अनुमोदं ययुतु